Hey guys, Bryan here from Liquid Concepts. So today we're going to talk a little bit about hydro dipping in AR-15. Now, there's a lot of videos out there, so we thought we'd shoot our own and throw a little spin on it. Now, of course, we've already got this AR-15 already prepped out. We're doing the main components of the upper, the lower, the handguard, and a couple of other little things like that, but we're gonna do it in a very unique pattern, and it's actually going to be in a cheetah pattern. So really cool. So we thought we'd shoot a quick little video, show you guys how this is gonna turn out. So let's get started. So a couple of things to first start off with whenever you're doing the gun. A couple of things is that number one, whenever you're hydro dipping, because the Hydrographics is a little bit thicker coating, you definitely want to make sure that you tape up any areas that might have high tolerances, which is going to be inside the mag well or down in here, or anything that might have any tolerance issues. So even plugging some of these holes or taping up in here. We've also got, especially in this right here, because we wanted to make sure that we left this the way that it was before from the factory. So we've actually taken and taped up all inside this handguard right here. So then that way we get no coating at all on the inside and the coating is only left on the outside. And then of course the same thing with the upper. We've got it. We have the threads already taped off. We've got all of where the, forgot what that was called. We've got the inside of this area right in here all taped off. We've got the lugs already taped off. And of course, we've got it plugged here on the back for the forward assist, just to make sure that we try to keep any paint or clear or anything like that outside of these tolerance areas as much as we can. So let's go ahead, let's get these laid out on the table, let's roll out the film and show you guys the dipping. All right, so let's go ahead and start with a little bit easier one first. So we're gonna start with the handguard here. And the handguard, we've got plenty of room on each side on these areas. And so we'll go ahead, flip this over, and we'll put our cut right there. So let's throw a little tape on this to make it a little bit easier to handle. Got plenty of room all the way around. And then now, all we need to do is cut that, pull that back. Now we are ready to go. So with our first part here, you can tell we're starting with the handguard. We're going to come in and go at a slight angle like this right here, and then we're going to slowly and systematically roll this all the way around. Now, the best thing about doing it this way is because we get little to no stretch and we get the best possible look all the way around the entire handguard from top to bottom. And here we are, fully finished with pretty much no stretch and a very beautiful dip. Next up is going to be the upper. Now, as you can tell, we have kept everything taped off so that way we don't get any of the coating on the inside of it. Now, we chose to go straight down with this one because the stretch is going to be very, very minimal and it's going to still look really good. Now, again, I'm going nice and slow, going all the way down into it so that way we can make sure that the coating itself gets into all of the top rails. Also, next up is going to be the lower itself. Now, we also chose to do this in one single dip mainly because of two things. Number one, we felt like the stretch was going to be very minimal as well. So we decided to do this in one dip, as well as it has no seams all the way around, because if we was to do it in two dips, then there would have to be a seam somewhere on it and we didn't want that. So we chose to go straight down with this, nice and slow. And as you can tell, the dip turned out really well. We have very minimal stretch all the way around, which is exactly what we wanted. And last but not least, of course, we probably didn't need as big of a film as what we had cut, but that's what we had extra. So as you can tell, we have our dust cover here and didn't even need to put on the gloves because we knew that we weren't going to be getting our hands wet. Simple dip straight down into the water and pulling it right back out. And there you have it with the dip. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and learned a few tips and tricks on hydro dipping and AR in the Cheetah print. Of course, if you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them below. We'd love to hear from you, as well as definitely check out the website. It has tons of information on anything that you're gonna need for your hydrographic process. I'm Bryan from Liquid Concepts, and this is how we customize your world. We'll see you guys next time.